I would say like one sentence. It was amazing. Like really.
Was mir besonders gefallen hat, ist, dass es ein gemischtes Publikum gab. Viele junge Leute waren da von den Universitäten.
It's been a fantastic experience. So many interesting sessions and interesting people. I'm struck by both the similarities with the US and with Europe, and also some of the distinctions and uniquenesses.
A lot, and I would say that I really like all the presentation and workshops, but what I liked the most was the networking, the people, that I can actually speak with them and talk about all the topics that I am interested in as a psychologist, so yeah.
Ja, ik heb heel veel good practices gezien die ik zeker wil over nadenken of we die kunnen implementeren. Maar het blijft altijd de vraag van, ja, het moet financieel altijd wel haalbaar zijn om de dingen te zien, om te implementeren. Ja.
Ja, maar waar dat financiële dan geen rol speelt, is bij de nieuwe contacten die je ook legt op zo'n congres. En dat blijft altijd wel boeiend. Dus in die zin, we zijn nu halverwege en het is nu wel een succes.
Ja, zeker en vast. Denk ik wel, ja. En zeker de internationale contacten, dat maakt dat je echt wide open kunt kijken naar wat er allemaal gebeurt. Ja, ik denk als je kijkt naar 25 jaar geleden hadden we eerst en vooral veel minder middelen om studentenvoorzieningen te organiseren. En was het echt grote keuzes maken tussen gaan we iets doen voor catering, gaan we iets doen voor psychosociale begeleiding. Wat gaan we doen met de eerste studenten met een functiebeperking die zich toen aanmelden, waar we dan nu zien dat dat eigenlijk gewoon normaal is dat studenten met een functiebeperking zich aanmelden. Dat waren keuzes maken, vooral omwille van de middelen, omwille van het personeel. We hadden sowieso helemaal niet de bestaffing die we nu hebben.
Well, so one of them that we've talked a lot about is the structure here where most of student services is operated outside of the universities versus in the US. Typically that happens, it's run by the campuses themselves. So that's a primary difference. We've talked about differences in professional preparation, that we have degrees in this and specific training for it. And yet people come into the work in the Flemish communities and other parts of Europe from so many different backgrounds, and we're both doing good work on behalf of students.
That students are more involved in creating the events for the university. That actually they can make something and they can own that event. So actually what we are doing, we are providing the event for students and for staff, but not like the students itself can create the event. So like, it's really nice.
I wish I understood more really what happens and what those interactions look like. I hear a lot of conversations with people that I think that makes sense. I think we do it similarly. I think we do it effectively also. And I wonder if there would be any positive changes if people were sort of working with similar goals, really focused on some of the development and the really focused on the outcomes that we want. I've heard some conversations that, well, that's not our job. So something like admissions, do we really need to be involved in admissions? And I think we're more and more evolving into an all hands on deck. It's everybody's responsibility to recruit students, and it's everybody's responsibility to help retain students. So I heard some conversations that, well, that's not our job. Our job is this, and that's somebody else's job. I've been thinking a lot about the importance, or maybe not, of professional preparation. You know, what sort of training is best for people to have. But I think that I think we're doing similar things. You know, we both have a lot of concerns about students with mental health concerns, for instance, and trying to expand access to higher education. So there's a lot there. I think we're both going to face issues of enrollment numbers and what happens with population trends and how we work across differences, how we increase access for students with disabilities. So, you know, I'm hesitant to say that we're the perfect model to follow, you know, but I think that there's things that we can learn from each other. Yeah. The mental health issues will continue. Every indication is that's true.
Ja, ik denk wel op vlak van psychologische begeleiding dat de noden wel toenemen en dat het moeilijk wordt om aan die noden te blijven tegemoetkomen. Dat merk ik ook wel.
Yeah, like from my point of view, it's like how we can work with students that have some mental health issues. Like then we can actually put them in the expert position because they know what they are dealing with, and they can answer you the question like how you can help them.
Ik denk wat ik ook wel ervaar, dat is dan nog iets extra, is de zwaarte van de problematiek van de psychosociale dossiers. Waar we zien dat heel veel studenten, en dat heeft ook wel te maken met de democratisering van het onderwijs, waar heel veel studenten toch wel bij ons binnenkomen met al een heel zware psychiatrische, psychologische problematiek.
I think we both face challenges, likely in working across differences. I think, you know, things have gotten so much more polarized that it's difficult to even have a conversation with somebody who has different social views or different political views, and that's a damaging place. So trying to help people know how to stay in conversation, and I see that challenge in the U.S. for sure, that where people are so passionate about rights for people and people's identities and so forth, but at the same time there's not much room for people to make a mistake or a misstep and learn from that.
Wat ik ook denk wat heel belangrijk is naar de toekomst toe, is keuzes durven maken van waar gaan we op inzetten, waar zetten we niet op in.
Also ich denke, insgesamt ist es wichtig, also ich weiß nicht, ob es überall in Europa ist, aber in Deutschland in jedem Fall, dass wir die Studierenden, dass sie sich mit uns identifizieren und dass wir sie auch viel, viel mehr teilhaben lassen an der Erbringung dieser Aufgaben, also dass es wirklich ein Miteinander ist und weniger eins, dass wir für sie etwas tun, sondern dass wir miteinander etwas tun.
I love it.
Okay. I think it's good.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.